Oh, Little Mac Bricks here. I know it has been quite some time since we've done a city update. Um, Done quite a bit of work. Also, part of the reason, well, we did all this work, and the other half is I was having some technical difficulties with my camera, and this is the third time I'm reshooting this video. Hopefully, we make it through this time. I'm pretty confident we will, though I think I have the problem solved. So, what you see here is we did add another table to raise the city up slightly. And this was recommended by Dr. McBricks a while back. And I really am happy with the turnout of it so far. I also want to thank Dr. McBricks for the shout out on his last update. It means a lot to me. Also, shout out to my friend Mock Media. Check out both of their channels if you get a chance. Both have great content, great cities, and a lot of original mocks. So, I'm going to take us in a little closer so we can kind of go through what's going on and what's going to happen here. Actually, I'm sorry, before we do that, let's look at this side. So, as you can see, we got a big construction site going on here. We are building a large overpass highway that is going to go from that side of the room all the way across to the other side of the room with some on and off ramps, hopefully. One end, basically they're going to start and end at walls, so at each of those walls you're going to have to use your imagination that these roads either go to other Lego cities, or in the same universe here, I'm going to have a lot of builds going on underneath the table and possibly in some other rooms at times. And my goal is to keep everything within the same universe. So you can imagine that these roads may also go to other parts of my Lego universe. Down here, we have the foreman's shack, which we do have a foreman there with his radio, and we got a guy just about to use the outhouse, and looks like there's a delivery. He's stacking up some crates of material for the job with the lull, and looks like this crane here is getting prepared to lift an I-beam. Looks like there's a couple guys down there securing the load, and a guy up top to direct it with his radio. And we have another guy over on the scaffolding lift to help guide the piece on. Over here we have a front loader moving some terrain to make way for the city construction. We have another crane in the back here. This one's looks like it's lifting a steel column that's going to be used for the overpass. Now we're going to take a moment and move to a better location. Okay, here is another view. So over here we've got an iron worker doing some welding underneath the overpass. And we have another welder on top. He's doing some more work. Here's another iron worker. Looks like he's mounting some stuff with a wrench and an impact gun. And safety first. So we have a couple guardrails there to keep from cars falling off. Along with this overpass, we also have this rail, which I'm going to do a better support system underneath. This was just a kind of placeholder to see how it would look. But we're going to have this rail system that starts up on the upper tier of the city and comes across, and that's going to be going on a trestle system. So it looks like there's a semi-truck bringing in some more track, and he's going to be installing this track onto the trestle system. Here we have a cement truck loading up a cement buggy hopper and then we also have a small cement mixer about ready to get dropped off, because there's a lot of cement involved in building these large highway overpasses. And then here we have a little roller, and over here we got more road work going on the upper level. Got a guy jackhammering some boulders, and here's a dump truck getting ready to take off after this excavator's done dumping its load in there. A couple bulldozers moving some debris around, and here is where the road has started. And we got the roller just finishing off flattening out the road. And looks like there's a movie that's going on tonight. Wonder what movie that could be. 3 clicks and a snap. I'm sure nobody on this channel has ever seen that movie or heard of that movie. Looks like we have someone famous coming up in their convertible. Got a guy snapping pictures. One of the theater employees is dressed nicely, holding the door. And over here we have Assembly Square, which I realized just before I was making this movie, or this video, that it's going to have to move, because that's going to be where the railroad from underneath the table comes through. Here we have a different version of the detective's office and Al's barber. Just some same build, different colors. I actually have the original version, but it's still boxed up right now. Here we have what appears to be like an apartment building. We have the Daily Bugle, a bank, and Cafe Corner. None of these buildings here are really permanent. I just wanted to put them here as placeholders. I wanted to see what it would look like covering up the edge of the table. And I actually think it looks pretty good. The bank needs to be a little bit taller to cover that edge, but I think it'll look pretty cool. Looks like we have more construction vehicles, some coming, dump truck leaving. Got the Lego truck about ready to go up to the upper level. Here we have the big tower crane. Looks like they're using this to raise these large pre-molded concrete slabs of road for the overpass. And if we look over this way, we still have Ninjago City. Still haven't done much with the harbor on the table yet, but I have started constructing it, you know, outside of this room, and we'll be ready to start putting that stuff in. Everything else here is still pretty much the same. Oh, one thing is we did get these hooks to put onto the suspended ceiling. That way we can hang some line, probably fishing line, to hang some of these aerial helicopters and planes, hot air balloon, and future flying things. So we still have a lot of work to do over there, but I wanted to take a break and try and get this area set up. Quick question for you guys. I'm wondering if I should add another table going along this wall that way. I don't want to connect this table with the other ones because I want this to be its own separate like mountain area. So if I did add another table, it would stop and there would be just a small area maybe around there or so, maybe a little further back, that would be open. Not sure how that would look, but let me know in the comments what you guys think. It's just an idea. And I got a lot of area here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do here yet. I was considering on maybe doing some of the theme park stuff here, but I won't be able to build a theme park the way I want to build it. I have plans to doing something in my theme park that nobody else has done, which is build a water park. I have recently picked up some Bricklink orders of slide-like pieces, and I plan on that being one of my first mocks in the city, is a water park. But obviously that area is not going to be very big to be able to put a roller coaster and mixer and Ferris wheel and stuff like that. I'm really considering on building my theme park probably under the table or in another room. So maybe I'll leave this area open. I would like to do skyscrapers at some point, so that would be interesting over here. I'm sure I can build a park or something to fill in that area temporarily until I have money and material to build skyscrapers. Still got to clean this area up. Right now everything's kind of just thrown over here as staging area while I was working on this part of the city. But this still remains to be a mountainous terrain along with some cottages for camping and whitewater rafting or kayaking, hunting, and those types of things. Over here is still going to be a residential zone. Crossing over to here also. We got to get this water area finished up, so then I know what room I have outside of that area to build. I've made a executive decision not to put the airport into the city either. That is also going to be an outside build. The thing of it is I really love airports. I have so many of the Lego airports that came out all the way back to like the very first one, and they're just awesome, and I'd like to take them all and be able to build one really cool mock airport out of the pieces from all the originals and newer ones. So I definitely want to do an airport. It's just this room is a lot smaller than I wanted it to be. But the problem of Lego builders, never enough space, right? Either not enough pieces, not enough space, not enough money. One of those problems always seems to exist, but we always find a way to build around it. So anyway, that is our 8th city update. Thank you all for watching, and if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and please do leave comments. If there's things that you like or don't like in any of my videos, I appreciate constructive criticism. That's about it for now. This is Little Mac Bricks signing off. Build on, friends.